today.
America.
I want y'all to clap for the panel.
Or you can just make it. There you go. Just make
Round of
it.
applause. Round of applause.
Listen, it is another Wednesday. This is my show, my name, my own podcast, and I'm your host. Y'all, we are live here at Sherman Phoenix, and me and Savannah just had a vegan burger.
Definitely did. It was Joe.
It was fire.
Good.
So
Delicious.
make sure y'all get down here and try that shit.
The waffle fries.
His name is
smacking.
Brandon, the owner. What's it called? Twisted Plants?
Twisted Vibes.
Twisted
Twisted
Vibes.
Vibes.
Twisted Plants. I don't know.
There are a subsidiary of Twisted Plants. That's why.
Okay. That's
Okay.
So you're not wrong, but you didn't say it right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, listen. Today, I wanted to give flowers to Mr. Tonedef.
This ain't about me. This ain't about
Oh
me.
wait, I could do that.
Hey,
Got you covered. Got you covered.
Thank you.
Yes. Tone,
What up?
you are like amazing. We all think you're amazing.
Aw.
And we are so honored to know you and have the opportunity to do the things that we love with you on our side for support, guidance, all kind of education. This man is
multifaceted, multi-talented.
plenty hats.
Oh, y'all gotta forgive me. I'm still working, even though I'm on the show. Can't stop, won't stop.
Don't stop.
Can't
Well, you
stop,
don't have
won't
to
stop.
stop.
Rockefeller, get down.
Listen,
Look, I am testing out new software while we're also doing this. So you gotta, I'm multitasking here,
you
but
multitasking.
that's all because I always gotta make sure we good. But
We appreciate
thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I just realized this is actually my first time being a guest on your show,
Yes.
and we've been doing this for about a year now.
almost a year. Yeah.
So this your
almost
first
a year?
time actually doing an interview with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually
Really?
interviewed him, yeah.
Wow.
It was. I'm like this.
It's not her fault. I'm a very, very, very advocate about being behind the scenes. Even on my own show, I will do a whole show and will not be on camera.
Mhm.
It'll just be my brother and whoever our guest is at the time. I really don't purposefully be on camera. I'll be serious about that.
You be hearing him in the background talking and making
Mhm.
points, but you don't see his
You
face.
won't see me.
Mhm.
That's.
You get to see the face
Behind the voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sexy as hell. I already know that. But a lot of people wasn't ready for that. Though. But what questions you got for me today? Because
Man, I got.
you know we collectively can talk.
We can.
We can
And
collectively
that's what I love.
talk.
That's what I love. Before we dive on you, I want everybody to go around and just kind of
Freaky.
introduce themselves again because we've all been here. But let's just give the audience insight on who we are. This is part of the panel. So let's do this. Y'all. We're gonna start with Miss Savannah.
Hello, I'm Savannah Birds. I'm a part of the panel. I have a nonprofit called Lupus Has No Face, 501c3. We got some events coming up next month. Informational on the 4th from 12 to 4, and the walk is from 12 to 4 as well at Clutch Park. Hope to see you soon. If you want any updates, go to www.lupushasnoface.com.
Yeah.
Lupus has no face. Yes.
If you want a little bit more information, make sure you go check out that episode of Where I Come From, where we sat down and had a beautiful conversation about lupus.
Yes,
has
I
no
watched that.
face.
It was
So-
dope. I tuned in on that too.
Thank you.
That's lit.
Now,
Oh, it's me. Hey y'all. Y'all know me. Tika G, as always. I only have one event coming up. That's the end of this month. I am in the 98.3 Jammin' comedy contest.
Hold on, wait a minute. Let's say it correctly. She is a finalist
I'm a finalist
in the
in the
98.3.
98.3 comedy
So you're right.
contest. It's a free open show to the public, so there's no excuse for you not to show up.
I love it.
We'll be
I'll
at the
make an
poverty.
excuse.
We'll be at the private event venue at 6822 West Brown Road. I love to see y'all there, so I can make y'all laugh, and let's do it.
Yes. Your turn, babes.
Hi, my name is Jessica Holmes.
Wait a minute. Let's correct that. Your name is author Jessica Holmes.
There we go. Put some respect
Author
on it.
Jessica Holmes.
Thank you
what,
very
wait.
much.
Um,
We don't play
I have
around
a
here.
nonprofit that's called Women United in Sisterhood. I'm also an author of A Shepherd in a Storm, I will be having a book lunch June 15th from 10
Yes,
a.m. to
ma'am.
12:45. See you guys there.
Be on the lookout for that
Yes.
episode of Where I Come
Yes,
From,
yes, and we all a part of the panel. Yes, yes.
where we will sit down and we'll discuss a little bit more about that.
Yeah. My name's Judge Rogers. I am a man of many hats as well. Right now we're doing the panel. I'm excited. I got a clothing brand. It's called Facts by Fiction. I just got these pants, the prototype made. So these is pretty lit.
Oh, they were nice.
Oh
These
yeah.
is pretty lit.
Like
Be on the
color.
lookout for the website.
Yep. Be on the lookout for the website. Right now you can follow me on Instagram at Fiction15. Facebook, Judge Rogers. We all in the panel. We just trying to give flowers to my main man.
This ain't
Man.
about me, fam. If you
Oh.
know me right now, I don't take credit for everything. This about all y'all.
But wait, Judge, you also got gear in Black Beauty Supply at Midtown.
Right.
Yeah,
that's dope.
yeah, I'm doing a
Yeah.
lot. Shout outs to them too. They just got another location off on Lisbon. Go check
Nice.
them out.
Dope.
Black business, support your black businesses.
Support black business.
Wait, the one in Midtown is black on?
Yes,
yep.
Black
Black
owned.
beauty
I
supply.
was just in
Yep.
there all the time.
They
know
got
that.
a free ATM. Yep. They got some nice bags. They got nice bags, nice other nice black artists. So yeah, he's just supporting the community.
I love
what's
it.
up.
And that whole community is really thriving. This
Sure
everything is
is.
thriving when you're in the right group. You know what I'm saying? You
Say that
thrive. It's just moving. I'm so proud of what we got
I am
going on.
too. I am too. I'm proud of all of you. I'm so happy to have the panel. Everybody, every single one of y'all brings something so special. We are missing a few people, but y'all gonna see them. They coming out. They coming out the dark very soon. And
Shout
yeah,
out to
we
Quentin, Ruthia,
Yep, Sir
Nicole,
Gonna, yes,
Kenyatta.
yes, Kenyatta.
That's only that's missed just them four.
I hope y'all watching, family.
We gonna see
And shout out to Kenda for putting us all together, for
Yes,
believing us to make it go, putting in the
yes.
work. So
Yes.
appreciate you for that, for creating the panel, baby.
Yes.
I love you.
Yes.
I love her.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes. She brought us all together.
God brought us all
Oh, she's so childish.
together. And
Dead ass
so
said it.
that's why it was so
Okay.
important to me. I'm like, dude, I've been potting now for a little bit over a year. I started my podcast a year ago, and me and Tom just never had the opportunity to really like just sit down and talk. We always talk about business, but we never actually get down to the heart of Mr. Tonedef. So
So
I'm
you basically just want to know why I do this.
I want to start off
Yeah.
by what influenced you, what inspired you to get to do this, because you got a lot of amazing people together, man, under this network.
Take a guess why y'all think I started this.
Because you like to talk.
To get women.
No, that's why my brother wants to do it. That's why my brother jumped on board.
We got a lot of beautiful women who got everything to say. So
No,
why not?
that
You
is
build
not
it,
a-
they'll
that is
come.
not- that is not a
what's
lie.
good.
I've always had beautiful women on the network. That's not, but no, truth be told, and it's still something I deal with today. Battling depression. There was a point in time where I lost my home, 2 jobs, and almost lost my car, all because of one situation. Because of that whole situation and the changes and everything that was going on, I ended up kind of falling into the state of depression. And because it was a while ago, because I've been doing this for 14 years as of the 11th.
Woo! Give it up.
Over care.
Congratulations to 14 years, Tom.
So that means 15 years ago, I was really fucked up. No, keep it a buck. I didn't have no outlet. As Black men, we wasn't sharing our feelings. And at that time, I was feeling very defeated. Like I went from having everything that the American dream said you're supposed to have to I'm living in somebody else's basement who I personally felt they didn't want me there. That's just my personal feeling at the time. So I had to figure out some way to deal with some things. I'm not a person who likes to lean on vices. So I didn't want to be a person who always smoked my problems away, drink my problems away. I had to do something. Job market was below ass at the time. Like you couldn't find a job to save your life. It was more people working during the pandemic than people were working at this time frame. So I just couldn't find any. I just couldn't find anything. Either I was overqualified, or they just didn't have nothing. So I had to figure out an avenue. So shout out to my brother Juan. He basically made
Shout out to him.
he basically made me start going to local wrestling shows, and I always laugh about this because we just wrestling fans, period. So he used to make me go to local wrestling shows, and we would. You definitely need to hang out with us.
No, you talking about local wrestling.
You talking about local.
It's wrestling in my book.
Right. She got a point there. Plus, a lot of the old ones would come through sometimes. So we meet a lot of people that way.
So where was you going? Like grocery stores to watch?
No, it was a proverbially bingo halls kind of a situation.
Oh, okay.
So we would go there and we would get real cool with them, and we started interviewing them just for fun. Some of them would ask us to help them work on their promo. So next thing you know it, we having regular conversations. So me and my brother's like, yo, let's take this shit serious. And we had a third person that was with us. So we created a wrestling show. Then my brother was like, look, I make music. I don't like what's being played on the radio. I'm going to make my own show so I can play my music and whatever else the hell I want to listen to. I was like, all right, cool.
Smart.
Not a bad idea. Still ain't nobody going to listen to it, but cool. Let's do it. So to make it not seem like this nigga's just trying to make his own music, we went on ahead and we turned it into a full-blown show where we started interviewing other artists at the same time. So that was the birth of the Deaf Fresh show. It's the longest running show on the network. Possibly could be because it's my show. So, but then at the same time, we were like, it's cool for just us, but we pay this bill every month. Let's eat. So then we started reaching out to other people we know. So we ended up getting Dia the poetry pusher. That's my homegirl. We go way back.
Go ahead, Dia.
So that was an easy yes. Then, Lexi Trinae came through. She did her stuff in regards to it. We had a dope alternative group called the Switchblades out of Detroit that was working with us. And of course, I had to get back to my roots. So I ended up having like 2 to 3 different variations of wrestling shows that were on the network. But that literally started all of this. As we continued to do internet radio in regards to that, and we kept growing, and I started adding other shows like a relationship show, which at the time people don't understand. There was no such thing as podcasting when I started this.
Exactly.
So what did it still have the same term, podcast? Or what,
podcasting didn't come into existence until Apple created the term, believe it or not.
Wow.
It was internet radio, but at the same time, internet radio is just the evolution of what regular radio is. So when you evolve with how you consume your music, you have to evolve in regard to how you consume your talk radio. So when you evolve your talk radio, then you started having podcasting. Then the pandemic hit, and when the pandemic hit, people started losing their fucking minds staying in the house. So next thing you know, people started looking at avenues of how to reach out. You got some people who was like, hey, this podcasting thing seems pretty cool. Let me go ahead and try that. And they were taking their stimulus money and buying equipment. Then you have famous people like artists, rappers, movie stars, stuff like that. People who you can't go to work no more. You can't go on tour no more. So then they started hopping into the game, says, hey, well, I can sit at home and do this and talk about this. And then next thing you know, people like Joe Buttons, Joe Rogan and all of them started becoming popular and bigger.
Actually, you started off the same time with Joe Rogan. That was 14 years ago when that wasn't even popular.
I did.
It's like almost like
I like.
Because nobody was listening to Joe Rogan. Nobody was listening to your brother, but y'all was all making music, all doing y'all thing, all setting a platform and setting structure. And the foundation.
Nobody was
nobody was acknowledging that.
But they were. The thing about it was they were listening to us, but no, we were not acknowledged. A lot of people were not acknowledging the internet radio because the one thing about podcasting, and if you notice some of the more popular podcasts, they're not popular because their content is good. They're popular because of who they are and the machine that's behind them. So personality definitely became a thing. So eventually we had to shift gears. We couldn't continue to keep doing internet radio because the technology started being behind the scenes. But then my sister wanted to pod. Okay. Now, if any of y'all know Mimi.
hey, listen. Shout out her pod.
No, I'm getting there. Her pod is very, very pivotal to the success of the network as a whole.
Too, by the way.
Please do not curse her. But then my sister finally decided, after we had told her multiple times beforehand, you need your own show. She finally said, yes, I want my own show. But then she lit a fire on my ass because we did an episode. It never came out. I don't think you can ever find this episode ever. She did not like how it sounded. Okay. And I agree with her. It's like when I look at what we were doing and what everybody was listening to, she's like, nah, this is my shit. When it's your shit, we can do whatever y'all want because that's y'all shit. But this is my shit and it's going to be done right. So what we going to do? So I ended up calling my job, took a loan out in regards to my 401k, copped about $5,000 worth of equipment at the time. The rest is history.
Wow.
Can I stop you right there? What made you go so hard? Like, because it seems like you didn't. Did you believe in your brother? Did you believe in anything that anybody was doing, or were you just bullshitting around?
Let me give you an honest answer. If you know me, the number one thing is I love helping people.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, you got a big old
You got a
teddy
big
bear
heart.
heart.
You do.
Yes, he do.
That's the number one thing. But the second thing about me is if I put my name on something, we are not about to fucking play about it. Regardless.
Go.
So when my sister literally said, Tone, you need to do this, Tone, you need to do this, she would say, if you don't get this right, how do you expect people to pay for you? How do you expect people to pay you to do something when you're not doing it right?
Yeah.
So I had to put foot to pavement and figure out how do I make this sound like somebody else? So the number one thing I would do is I'll go listen to everybody else's shows. And I would literally sit there and I would listen to things like Amanda Seale's show, who's a great monologuer. How does her show with her by herself make you want to stay here? Then I would go listen to Joe Budden and not listen to the ignorancy in regards to what everybody else said. And I would go and listen to what everybody talks about. I would honestly do my homework. I probably did more homework in regards to making everybody else sound good to the point that I said to myself, I'm going to start consulting. And it's to the point right now where I literally sit you down before you do your show and you damn near have to go through about a 3-hour master class before I let you pod. Damn near. And almost everybody I have ran through that still podding to this day.
Fire.
Way to go.
Okay.
Fire.
And it's not because I want people to have value in what they're doing. Anybody can get up here and talk. But one, are you informing anybody? Are you educating people? And more importantly, are you entertaining us?
Right.
Right.
Tika's been on my show about 3 times now.
Yeah.
And you probably have laughed more being on the air with me and my brother than you probably have been at somebody else's comedy
I
set.
can't contest to that. I was dying. I was screaming, and it was some of the best time of my life. But it was pure entertainment.
Right.
It really
Big
was.
energy too.
But in the
Yeah.
midst of it, you learned something every episode.
I did.
And you were informed about what you could do next in regards to anything that you were interested in.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And it's a formula that's always worked. And I try to make sure everybody has that.
And you know what? I also felt that from you when I first met you and Tommy. Shout out to Tommy, Mr. Can Beats.
Shout out Tommy.
Now, Tommy came into the game.
And Bing.
Tommy came into the game later on. But I got to also give major flowers to somebody that's also a part of the panel.
Yes.
It's Ruthia.
Woo! Let's go, Ruthia.
Here's the reason why I got to give Ruthia her flowers. TDR would not have grown anywhere past just me, my brother, and my sister had I not ran to her and her group of beautiful young ladies, pretty plus size and powerful.
Wow.
They logged online one day and were just going live on Facebook, and I seen one of their videos, and they had a pretty dope conversation, and I was like, y'all need a show. And we all sat down here at Sherman Phoenix, believe it or not, and had a nice little conversation about how their show would go. Now, at this point in time, I wasn't charging nobody because I still had a lot of kinks in my armor, so I didn't feel safe going out to war with anybody and expect you to pay me to do it. So I had made a partnership with them. They helped me get this spot we used to record at on the South Side, and I wasn't charging them. And we sat down, and Ruthia, and you'll hear me say this multiple times, was my biggest headache ever.
We love you, Ruthia.
I love Ruthia.
I swear I do. I love her.
She was my biggest headache. And she wasn't my biggest headache simply because she was being a brat, even though she is a brat.
Because she kept you on your toes.
No, it wasn't even that.
What?
We bumped head about a lot of things. And it taught me how to step back and get out my own way sometimes. Because what she could have been complaining about may not have been anything that had anything directly geared towards me, but because the issues were in this moment, I took it personal. And you can't take anything personal because everybody comes from different walks on life. So everybody approaches things a little bit differently. And because of her, me and her had to learn how to communicate.
We were just talking about this.
Okay.
Talking about this.
Me and her had
We was talking
every-
about
Let's
this.
talk about this last night.
you deal with me long enough, I'll show you how we can make everything work. There's not a single topic we'll never have that I won't bring it back. So that's what I'm good at. And we had to learn how to communicate. And because of that, our friendship actually grew. That to the point where if you see me and Ruthie around each other, you would swear that we've loved each other the way we do for years. When there was a point in time where we would pull guns on each other and bust.
What you say? No, what you say?
And it never think twice about it. But it was all because we both had to learn how to step out of our own ways and listen to how each other was. And because of that, I learned how to start maneuvering with other people. So as I started working with more and more people and different personalities and different energies and different views of what they wanted their show to be, it made me learn how to work with different ideas. So if you even right now, like when you came to me with your show, I didn't tell you how your show should go. I let you figure it out. Yeah. I let you fall several times and bump your heads. And even when you came with new ideas, I didn't say, no, you can't do that. We figured out how we made it happen. You took your boyfriend and you took a cell phone and went to a whole event and you brung it back to me and we made an episode out of it.
We sure did.
Okay. we still made it work. And that's kind of why I continue to do this, because like my sister say, I give a voice to people who needs a voice. Yeah. I allow people to get something because you never know how much that this one episode that you did where you talked about something not only changed somebody that's one of your listeners, but how much it could have changed you. Yeah. You know how many times I've sat across this microphone and watched whole shows of people crying because they finally were able to get some things out. People had revelation. I sat here and had an episode on the show that he didn't make it past 5 episodes, but he was able to sit there and tell his mom, number one, he came out the closet to her, which she openly said, nigga, I already knew. Secondly, he was also able to say to her how he felt about her parenting style, which was really hard for her to hear because if you, as y'all are mothers, okay, y'all know that sometimes y'all do the best that y'all can with what y'all got and y'all make shit happen the way y'all make shit happen. Period. But to hear that what you've done and how you've done it wasn't the best choice for those you've done it for. So to learn how to not be defensive and literally listen and then educate, in this case, him, well, because of ABCD that you've seen over here, I was really doing this. There was times you had this and I didn't do this. And then more importantly, her learning that over the whole entire 20 years of raising him, she never once said, I love you to him. And that was major to him. Wow. And it wasn't that she didn't say, I love you because she didn't love him. She was raised in that mentality where what I do is my sign of love.
So and she feel like she didn't have to say it.
She feel like she didn't have to say it.
Some realistic ways back then.
You got a roof over your head. You got food in your belly. You got clothes on your back. You can get whatever you want materialistically. That's me showing you love. When in actuality, all he really wants you to say, okay, son, I love you, be safe. Yeah. Literally, I could have changed the whole trajectory of how he looked at life. So those are those kind of episodes that I'd love to create because it makes you look at your own situations a little bit differently. Because I ended up after that episode having to go home and have a whole conversation with my mom because I come to find out my mom never said I love you. And it was, and the funny thing was when I talked to her about it, it never clicked in her head that she never said it.
And it's probably because nobody ever
wasn't
told
normal.
Her. Yeah.
So now it allowed us to start our healing journey and repair a lot of things that we both go through. Because I still deal with trauma to this day, which is why I still deal with depression. That's a whole other conversation. But next question.
I think that's dope. You opening up like that, though.
Yeah, you should open up about their feelings. Yeah, okay. It doesn't make you look weak at all.
Well, that's something, but that's new.
It wasn't about the men. It was about the women. Where do y'all think that came from? Like women not showing men love or nurturing. Like,
well, I don't know about that.
Right.
Because it's some.
I'm saying that like
that's a whole other topic.
Both of the women both said that they never loved their son.
No. I think you lost it. it's not that they didn't love their son, because every day,
Said that they didn't love him.
no, hear me out. Every day, moms get up, and the first thing they do is they fear what's going on with their son or their daughter, especially little black boys. We can walk out the door and not make it home, and we didn't do a damn thing to deserve that. So moms live in constant fear
Scary.
every day. So when you do that, you more so work harder to protect us. Now I know for the fact my mom loved me, because there was tons of things I know my mom did in the name of love, but to verbally not hear it, it didn't impact me like it impacted him. Um, but it just dawned on me that she never did, which also makes me be a lot more active about saying it. So my daughters, every single day, it's a common phrase. We say "I love you" like commas and periods in my household. Even
As you should.
even before even when I have to discipline them, even before I discipline them, I let them know. Say, look, I love y'all to death, and you know this, but I will whip fire from your ass if I still have.
Shout out to the dads that discipline
Real parents. Real parents.
But the good thing is I haven't had to get to that point, because my daughters know that when I have to say something, you know you've gotten to that point. Like I call my youngest TT baby, but if I have to call her Tiana, she knows she's already crossed that line.
Yes, government
Okay.
names. I call it black government names.
Even when I said, now you know better. Why are you like? I talk to my kids with more respect. Something me and my mom didn't do is we didn't have that conversation, that rapport,
dialogue.
that dialogue, because there was a lot of times there were things where she was being protective about, but I didn't understand why. Like, you're trying to stop me from being in these unsafe Milwaukee streets, not realizing I hung out with the drug dealers and the pimps and the hustlers all the time anyway. They were there. They were just not, they were a part of my life regardless. So had you had this conversation about why you didn't want me to be in these scenarios, then I could have gave you a better understanding of why I am in these scenarios. I'm not out here with the drug dealers because they got me moving weight across state lines, even though I say that a lot. I'm out here because I'm actually helping them get a more better education. I go to school and then I come home and teach them. Okay. I'm out here on the streets with them because they out here messing up their own money because they're not keeping tracks of it. I'm out here telling them what you could do to keep these boys off your back because you spending wildly over here. Instead of doing this, go buy this over here. You go cop this record store over here instead. That way you can wash.
You was telling them how to wash money.
Nigga, I told
That's
you.
some BMF shit.
I gotta come on episodes catch up all.
She said that's some BMF shit.
I was teaching a lot of people different things, but I wasn't teaching them because I need you to help you know how to wash money. I'm telling you it's because we like music. We shouldn't have to go all the way downtown and deal with the white folks to be able to get CDs who don't understand why Wu-Tang is not to be fucked with.
Yeah.
I need you to have that over here for us. You the one that's got the money. Let's do it here instead.
Yeah.
Buy this corner store. That way we can keep penny candy a penny, my nigga, because you don't care about the cost. You know, I'm teaching them how to do shit the right way. Plus, you're less likely to have folks looking at you.
Yeah.
You less likely to worry about why people coming in and out this door because you own the corner store. You own the corner store. You're supposed to have people coming in and out.
Right.
So whether or not they keep walking out the back door in a different direction, that's on you. But that's what I was. We had that conversation. She may have had a little bit of understanding. You worried about this neighborhood being unsafe. I'm worried about how to make these unsafe niggas fix the neighborhood.
That's dope.
Let's go, Tom. Let's go. Like,
Let's get it.
dropping gems.
Y'all heard them. You unsafe niggas.
You unsafe
Hold
nigga.
on now. Unsafe niggas is completely different this day and age.
Not the unsafe niggas. I'm dead.
Why?
Unsafe niggas is a little bit different this time.
Yes.
You
please
mentioned
do.
the minister.
The reason why I want to piggyback off of what you're saying about how important it is to hear "I love you" from your mom.
Cool.
I've been on the phone with Savannah, Judge, and you. Y'all hear me every day if we on that phone.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good day. I love you. Because
Sure
they don't
do.
have that outlet. And I have open door policy. And when you have an open door policy, that means when we come to that table, you can say what you feel, you can say what you're thinking. Whatever happened is this time to discuss it. And what's going on back in my generation, we didn't have that opportunity.
Right.
to express what hurt us. And I don't think I would have suffered as much as I did if I had that platform. I thank God for what my mother did for me. But having a group or a platform that I can express myself, if you check your phone, you'll see what I just sent you.
Oh, let me check.
It gave me a sense. Like I had to be grown to get to that point. But now I don't want my kids to suffer what I suffered. Because when you suffer in silence, it's a silent cry and people won't understand it. So I encourage mothers to tell their kids. I don't care. My kids, I'll be like, yo, that's getting on my nerves. Go sit your ass down.
Wait,
But one thing I'm going to say, I love you. I'm going to let them know that. I don't care how mad I get at them. I don't care how many times I put them on my truck.
Yeah.
They're going to know that I love them. And I wish we would have had it back in our day.
Most definitely. Love you. See you later. Have a good day at school.
Yeah. Savannah, I said it to my kids and I was on the phone with Savannah. She said, "Oh, I love you too." So I said, "Girl, I'm talking to my kids."
We still need to hear that.
But I do that.
We still need to hear that at this big old age too.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
and then that's when I think that's dope when she started calling the panel. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
And before we all got off the phone, I love the fact that we all say, "Hey, I love you."
Yeah.
And keep going.
You talking about that day we was on the phone for 12 hours?
No, baby, we was 14.
God.
14.
Y'all
Yeah,
so wild.
that was a good day.
That was a great day. I was homesick. They kept me occupied.
Man, I got
I ain't get shit done that day. I ain't got work done. I ain't get shit done that day.
I had 3 Zoom meetings, pop off, pop back on, and still have everything else done. Food,
Productive.
dinner, everything.
No, that's
I wasn't nowhere near
Cheers to
productive.
me.
Cheers, baby.
Cheers to me.
I wasn't nowhere near productive that day. I didn't do
He
shit.
was helping you through.
So wait, you sent me this. You want me to say it?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. It's exciting. Y'all be on the lookout. Y'all be on the lookout
What
for
the hell
Miss
you
Jess the
do?
Minister. It's something coming. It's something
I
a
didn't send it
brewing.
to you.
It's something brewing. I
drop it in
can't
the
say
main
nothing.
group?
Something
I
brewing.
didn't
See,
get
that's the
nothing.
problem.
I didn't get anything. I feel
All right, we
left
feel
out.
left out.
Why y'all feel left out?
Send it to them
You don't
too.
love us?
I
I can't be the only one in the know.
That's why he just called me out.
Kinder better than us.
Right. She your favorite?
She favorite now.
You her favorite? I see how it
No,
is.
it's not even like
Supposed to be
that.
about me. Okay.
What's the question for Tom? You got
Oh, I had a question. You go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
You go
We
first.
go around.
You go first.
You know what, let me
Go
just-
ahead, Savannah.
Let me just put it
Oh
in
my
here, 'cause
God,
I
my
ain't
mind
think
just
we
went
going
blank.
around
But it
everybody.
was something to the point where your love exudes how you take care of your
teammates.
Your teammates. It showed the love because for me, my experience is that you go above and beyond with
Hold
care.
on.
You
Did
do.
you say hold
The
on?
love I show you is different.
Oh my God.
Now, hold on. Hold on. Because our conversations come from a hurt place. So I handle you a little bit differently than I say I would handle Kenda, or I would handle Jessica, or I would handle Judge. Me and Tika's conversations came from a hurt place before too. So I handle y'all a little bit differently because one, whatever I say is going to have a major impact at what you do next.
It definitely does, and I
Okay.
appreciate that.
So y'all special. I don't do that for everybody. Just want y'all to know that. Okay,
Aw.
continue.
Y'all special.
Yeah,
I
he
can't.
said
I
y'all.
knew I was special.
He said y'all.
Everybody know I'm special.
Y'all, but you a little special. A little special.
Special
With the on there. How you doing?
I appreciate everything that you have done.
Comma butt.
There's no but. I can't even come after what you just said. So
Right.
it's on you.
Oh, it's on me.
Yes.
So,
you got?
oh, you know I gotta ask my question.
Go for it.
You ready?
Ain't nothing off the table. Ask
Okay,
away.
you ready? Okay. So my question is, so obviously you've been in the game for a while now, and do you feel that being the person that you are and being so involved with so many people's different values of growth and their different paths of growth, do you feel like that changes you in the process too, or do you feel like it's just kind of like a part of like their growth and their path?
Oh
on
no.
that?
Everybody changes me.
That's a good question.
There's no way you can interact with anybody without having some form of a change. Whether you had a positive or a negative interaction with them, it's still going to change you regardless. Think about the last person who pissed you the fuck off.
Right.
You approach certain situations a little bit differently now. Okay. You may not deal with that person, but now you also are now more prepared and ready to look at certain situations.
Yeah.
Also, everybody I deal with, they come to the table with an expectation. And sometimes I have to adjust myself to that expectation because I would not say yes to this if I can't meet that expectation. And sometimes I can deal with somebody and it doesn't work out, but it makes me change how I handle going forward. Take a prime example. I recently just had a show with two lovely young ladies who wanted to start their podcasting journey. We only got about 3 episodes out of it, but during that whole time, our interactions were not on the same page.
Okay.
And we couldn't figure out how to get there. Or personally, I couldn't figure out how to get us on the same page. Maybe about 10 years ago, I may have went a little bit crazy about the situation. I may have talked about, pointed all kind of fingers the whole 9 yards. But when they came to me and says, well, we're no longer going to work together, I was like, cool. Because I already knew in advance, I'm smart enough that I've danced this dance long enough that this dance ain't worth dancing. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't know you danced, but okay. Them Milwaukee niggas be dancing.
I can cut a little rug here and there from time to time. Cut a little rug here and there. No, and because of it, I knew what to expect. And that's because I've dealt with people in the past who had familiarities, but I grew up enough to not just say, I can't do this. I'm not going to do this. No, I stopped. I said, okay, let's see what you need. Let's see what part of what I'm doing may not be matching with your expectation. Let's have this conversation. Maybe you came in with this expectation and I promised to give you what you need, and now I'm not fulfilling it. So let's stop and let's see, where am I lacking at for what you're doing compared to what you need? Because if I give you everything you asked for and we're still not working out, it's not me anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, you can rule yourself out.
Like, it's not me anymore. I've done what you asked for, and I've even gone above and beyond a little bit because I'm taking accountability of what I agreed that we could do here. And if you're still not satisfied, that's not me at all. It's all you. It's always been you. So now I can walk away from this situation, and now I'm not sitting here looking bitter. I'm doing like I always do. I'm getting active. Okay, I got a time slot open up now. Okay, let me see about this person. I don't stay in that space no more. Something I used to dwell on back in the days. I don't do that no more. It's now like, this is open. I can stay home tonight now. Cool. Like,
now you can get a break.
Like, I can get a break now. Let me enjoy this. But while I'm enjoying this, I give myself 2 weeks. Okay, I got to get a show in this spot because Bill's getting due. So now I'll go out and look for something else. Or even better, I got Friday evenings open. Let me see what I can schedule for the panel this day now. So now I'm looking at things a little bit differently because I don't dwell in negativity anymore.
I love that.
Good.
Okay.
I love that.
Even when I have great moments, I smell the flowers, but I got shit to do.
Yeah.
I can't stay in one space. Something that 10 years ago, I would have did something great and be like, where's my flower? Where's people? Praise me. See me. And I don't need that anymore.
We're going to give it to you anyway.
Now.
I don't even need that.
We giving it to you, but not because you need it. We giving it to you because that's just who we are. We give credit where it's due.
Yeah.
Exactly. That brings me to ask you another question. How many podcasters are on this network? You were acknowledged for being number one and having Black podcasters in the nation. You were acknowledged for that.
Wow.
Publicly.
That is
out
super
loud.
nice.
In total or just at the moment?
At the moment. Let's just talk about at the moment.
You niggas like to go on break, so I gotta do the math real quick. I think we're about 20 right now.
That's still good.
It's about a good solid 20 because a lot of my shows we have gotten a little bit smarter. We learn how to work smarter, not harder. So I don't record everybody every single week. There's a lot of bi-weekly shows right now, and then it allows us to work more so on marketing. So if you do an episode, like for an example, today, we got 2 weeks to promote the hell out this episode and do whatever needs to be done. My dad called me. I know what he won't. I'll be there later. I know exactly what he's asking for too. So about 20 right now. About 20 right now.
That's great.
Congratulations,
Tom. Like 80, 85.
Wow.
That's a lot.
80, 85.
Yeah, about that much.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
dope.
Yeah,
I love
Shout
that,
out to
man.
you, Tone.
that's overall.
You being the man. You the man.
I ain't nobody saying.
So, what would someone need to do if they wanted to be a part of the CDR network?
First of all, they got to be serious about this. Like, just because you get around your cousins and you make people laugh, don't mean you deserve to be heard. I'm keeping a buck with you.
Y'all heard that? All y'all not comedians. Continue.
She actually got a point. Y'all niggas need to quit that shit. Being a comedian is not as easy as y'all think it is.
Man.
Just because you make grandma laugh at your jokes don't mean that everybody will.
Why, grandma?
Exactly.
Laugh anyway.
Oh,
Grandma
my
gonna laugh
Lord.
anyway.
Laughing, what she gonna be laughing at you?
No, you got to be serious about this. There's a lot of people who have the idea of what they want to do because they see the Rogans and the Buttons and the Jill Scotts and the Amanda Seals and the Two Dope Queens, and be like, I can do that. We live in a day and age where people chase money more than anything. I tell everybody all the time, podcasting is like being a musician. You don't make money off the CDs or the songs you make. You make money off the work you do, the tours, the appearances, stuff like that. Same thing with podcasting. You don't make money off the episode you do. You make money out of the live shows. You make money out of the appearances. You make money off the sponsorships, the advertisements, all the things that people don't put the pavement for. And the thing about it is you got to have good content, or else who the fuck's gonna listen?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool that your friends tune in, but after a while, they ain't listening no more.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? After a while, your friends ain't listening no more. So how do we create those new friends, those new avenues?
Right.
How do you turn those 10,000 TikTok followers you go into money? You got to put
It's a
foot to
formula.
pavement. You got to put foot to pavement to make it happen. A lot of people don't have that drive to do that. That's why after about 10 episodes, they usually done. Meanwhile, I got shows out here with 100 episodes, 200 episodes, 400 episodes. It's because we're not doing it to get paid. Like,
Right.
once you get that out your head that you're not doing it to get paid, then you can get paid.
Then you can get that bag.
Because you
Bag
take
don't
that
come.
you take that out the equation. You come in here, you sit down, you turn this into your personal diary, you turn this into your level of motivation, you turn this into an avenue to bring the community together, you turn this into something that has sustainability.
And something you're passionate about. Because if you ain't passionate about it,
Oh, no doubt.
then it ain't gonna live on.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
it's not gonna translate either.
Right.
Because they're gonna seem like you're not even really feeling it.
You're not
Right.
you don't care.
Running through the motions.
Exactly.
And it's crazy because even on my show, there were moments where I didn't want to do it no more. There was a moment in time where the network was almost done
Wow.
because I mentally had completely checked out. But luckily, I always keep a great team of people. They'd be like, "Hey, Tom, I want to do this. Shit, go ahead. Here's the login." And next thing you know it, they done did some dope shit. And I'll be like, "Hey, I'm going to hop on that episode with you next week." And now I'm hopping on the next episode and the next episode. And next thing you know, I'm back to doing my show. And then next thing you know, I run into somebody who got a dope ass idea and I want to interview them. I run into a comedian who's funny as fuck. I want to interview her. I run into somebody who is definitely making awareness of lupus. I want to go ahead and interview her. I run into an author who got a dope ass book. I want to interview them. That's literally what keeps me going. It's not
I ran into somebody that hosted Coach My Growth. Hosted Coach My motherfucking growth. Give me my motherfucking
Fucking flowers. What? Let's go, Kendra. Let's go.
my show.
Yo, real talk though, I actually do want to give Kendra her credit too.
Let's go, Kendra.
I actually want to give Kendra her credit
We
because
living.
out of a lot of the shows that I've had, Kendra was probably one of the few people who kicked in the door and basically was like, "Yo, I'm gonna make this shit work." Cause she went on the podcast tour before she even knew what the fuck podcast was. She came.
I'm on it.
Hey, that shit
came.
was fun.
She came in and she sat down with me and we had a whole conversation and then ended up being on like 2 to 3 shows that same day.
Wow.
No, she did for real. She did. She came in. She's supposed to do an episode with me. I had overbooked myself for people coming in, so we just had more of a conversation. And then when my show that came in at 2:00 showed up, they was like, "Girl, sit down."
Yes, I believe that was
That was a Purpose Over Pain.
Purpose Over Pain.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Purpose over pain. Shout out to y'all,
Come
y'all.
on and sit down. And then
Let's go.
And the crazy part was after she got done
Bianca.
with that show, the show she was gonna be on was actually right behind them. And it was just like Kendra just had a whole field day, and then she came back like a week later. She was like, "Tone, I want to do my own show." I was like, "Damn, you already have already. So you already like 7
But
episodes."
I love how
in.
everything is like a domino effect. Like it just kind of like transfers over. It's networking. Like each person gets to know each person through the process. Like,
And that's the thing about my network that I definitely make sure.
Yeah.
Not every shows interact, but a lot of them do.
yeah,
I don't believe in having to outsource anything when I know I got it right here in house.
Yeah.
that's dope.
And I actually build my staff. Like, even though everybody comes to me to record, I still call them my staff. I still call them my people. I still call them my family, because at any given moment, I might need you for something. And I have no problem going to that person and then promoting that person. After say, I have a young lady on my staff who she makes prom dresses. And in the beginning, when she first started doing their show, that wasn't her thing. That's what she was doing. But anytime somebody was looking at any type of alterations or stuff like that, that was the first person I was instantly recommending. I wasn't looking at any. I tagged her and shit. It was one year I tagged her so many damn times. She was already booked. She had to tell me, "Tone, stop."
You can decline words.
Like, Tone, I ain't got time to do it. And then on top of that, I'm shout out to Cree of Cree Couture. She done got so big, she has her own spot that she quit her regular job, and this is what she does
That's
full
dope.
time now.
That's
and
amazing.
She's definitely living her best life on the back of that. So if I have it on my staff, there's no reason for me ever to go to anybody else. I sat down one day and I told my friends, like, if I wanted to put on a full-blown fucking concert, like a Summerfest-ish concert, I can do the whole thing without needing anybody that's not on outside of TDR. Do not need it.
That's lit.
That's a powerful.
That's
a
lit.
powerful.
Think about
That's
too.
dope.
That's lit.
Comma,
That's how it should be,
but
though.
but I still go outside though, because I still like to bring more people together. Yes, Tone can make a whole thing happen, but I like what you doing, so I want you to be a part of it. I like what they doing, I want them to be a part of it. I want you to get the exposure. I have a team, you don't. Let's come over here and see what this team like.
Yeah.
Come see what partnership looks like. Come see what conglomerations really work like. Because you can stay over there and do that all by yourself and be stressed as fuck, or you can come over here and get with Death Row, and we're gonna get you where you need to be.
Death Row.
That's
Hey,
just-
so do you know who this is? This Diggs?
I do not know. You know, that might be my boy Diggs from Geek
Hey,
Set. I don't know.
what's
up,
up?
I mean, my boy Gigs from
I
Geek
can't see
Set.
because I don't got no
Okay.
glasses on.
I took mine off too, so don't feel bad.
How are
I'm blind as hell right now. I'm blind as hell right now too. Shout out to TikTok, because we live on TikTok as well too right now.
Hey, let's go TikTok.
That's another thing about me. I can't stay in one place. I'm always trying something new. One of the big things about me was I was probably one of the first people to turn podcasts into visual. Like, I did not.
I love it.
when-
That's
love
my
it
favorite
too.
part too.
I
Being
love
able
it.
to
I'm-
interact
Actually
and
see.
Yeah,
I
I was
like
one of
to
the first
see
people
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
turned it visual.
I love
So
it.
during the
Yeah, with
pandemic,
picture books.
audio was cool because everybody would listen to podcasts on their way to work or while they at work. But once everybody started working from home and people were able to sit there and have TV on while they were at home working, I was like, well, why don't you get to see these shenanigans?
Yeah.
Because there's some
Yeah.
crazy stuff up in here. So I started making it visual so you could physically see the conversation. But then I used to go one step further. It's interactive. I used to have a lot of shit going on screen at one time, and I had to cut that down to now it's just very simplistic. But now the comments and the conversations are a part of it.
Mhm.
And that's a very big thing for a lot of my shows. One of the reasons why Mimi's show is so damn successful, people would stay up to 10 o'clock at night on a Sunday to interact with her on her show. All because they get a feeling of podcasting that's not being done anywhere else.
Yeah.
You know? And she's fucking sick, twisted fuck.
She's
too.
hilarious.
But she doesn't even have
I
a
never got to meet her.
I
in
don't even
person.
call it a podcast anymore. She has a late night talk show.
I
That's
love
how I
that.
refer to it as. She has a late night talk show. But I
We're gonna
will,
do after hours with. Ooh.
y'all can,
She
mean,
said,
I'm not
"Ooh."
about to say nothing else.
Conver-
She said,
Talk about this
"Ooh."
when it's off.
Look, conversations from the couch can come back.
Man.
We'll leave it at that. Okay.
What y'all was talking about on the couch? Freaky shit.
Talk about whatever the fuck you want to
Jeez.
from the couch.
Conversation. Listen, conversations on the couch.
Conversations
What?
from the couch.
Conversations on the couch.
Conversations from the couch.
Come on, everybody know what them
Hey,
conversations on the
Judge,
couch
I'm
be
fucking
like.
with.
Right. Them conversations be on the couch.
Speaking of conversations on the couch,
Whoa, hold on now.
No.
Wait a minute now.
have you ever gotten? We were having this conversation. I don't know if it was just you or we was all having a group chat, but you said once you got somebody's mind, you got them like that. You remember you saying that?
I most definitely say that all the time.
Okay, so with us sharing our thoughts and sharing our ideas, have you ever been like in like a mental situationship with somebody that has had a podcast with you?
What?
I know where he's going with this.
You understand what I'm saying?
I'm done.
What?
Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sips tea.
A mental.
So
Repeat it.
basically, in so many words, he's asking, have I ever had a situation where someone stimulated my mind to the point where I had to cross boundaries? Yes and no.
I want to know what. Never mind.
Yes and no.
I was just wondering what
Sparked
inspired
it?
Yeah, what sparked that question.
I don't see
Conversations on the couch.
I don't see a ring on his finger.
Ain't no ring on
Conversations.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm good at conversating,
Ooh.
and I have lots of conversations on the couch.
Ooh.
So
Lots of conversations
that's
on
a
the
good
couch.
segue into what I was just about to ask. You know?
Yeah.
You gotta get in where you fit in.
You gotta get where
Haven't
you
said
fit
anything
in.
all damn
My
episode.
God.
Let me get a question in.
I just wanted to. I didn't know if you were trying to be funny or.
Me neither.
That's
I
what I
don't
was
know.
asking.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, I got you, Judge. I'm with you. We here.
Yes and no. Yes and no, but I also have a hard rule since I've been doing business, because I don't make a business with pleasure. Once we start doing business, all things are off the table regardless. Only because it gets messy. And I don't care how great you might be, you got a bill to pay every month. And I can't pay bills with pussy. So we got to leave that where it is. Once
I'm
I'm
dead.
just saying.
Let me high five over, take a head.
One more down. One more. I just had to dug. That's all. I had to dug a little bit.
That's all I'm saying. Can't pay bills. with
Y'all
pussy.
So
Y'all
with
some
that,
fools.
So have you ever?
I cannot.
Have I never?
Have you ever
No.
loved somebody?
There's so
I
much
haven't-
it makes
I haven't
Let's go.
crossed. I
you
haven't crossed
cry.
it. The temptation has been there. The offer has definitely been there, but I have not. I work with a lot. You want to hear something funny?
Oh,
Here's something funny about that. Working with a bunch of beautiful women has actually made me numb to beauty, to external beauty.
Wow.
It's made me very numb.
Interesting.
Made me very numb to external beauty. Like,
So what do you look for?
Internal.
Makeup is.
You got to be beautiful in the inside versus the outside.
See, I knew you was gonna say that, but I was asking him.
no. Let me clear. No, she right, but not.
Yo,
She right.
I wanted him to say it.
She right, but not in the corny way that most niggas would say that.
That's not corny. That's
Uh,
wrong.
Hold on, I didn't say she was wrong. I said not in the corny way. You got to stimulate me mentally. You got to make me feel like, number one, if I'm having conversations with you, you stand behind everything you say in regards to that conversation. Two, I got to learn from you just as much as you're going to learn from me, because there's not a single time that anybody has never had a conversation with me and they didn't walk away with learning something new. So you got to be able to do the same thing to me. And it could be something very simple. It don't even have to be anything major. It could be just something about you that I'm learning new about, or how you view things. Because I'm a person where you can look at the world from one way, and I'm going to sit there and try to figure out why you look at it that way. Because you might be correct and I might have been wrong all this time. You know what I'm saying? So just simply how you put it. Number two is how you carry yourself. Pretty privilege is a real thing, but it doesn't mean that you have a beautiful inside.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the society has already taught us that pretty privilege rules everything. That's why we love butterflies and hate moths.
I love butterflies.
I love moths too, though.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm done.
But you don't see a whole entire section of the museum dedicated to moths. But you will to butterflies, though.
You sure?
Yeah, I like.
Man, that's what I was just thinking. When was the last time I was at the museum?
But what I'm
We going to the museum. What we going to
And
the museum?
they had moths in there.
The panel gonna take a
Not
field
like-
trip.
We taking a field trip.
but you
Field
not,
trip with the panel,
but
and
you
we're gonna
not,
record it.
but you're
I've
not
seen some
grasping the
moths, and they
concept
ugly.
of what it is. You see exactly.
I don't like
What-
the way they look. They creep me out.
There's but if you really look at a butterfly in black and white, they look exactly like
They
a moth.
creep me out too. I ain't gonna lie. I thought they was cute till I went to that exhibit, and then one tried to land on me. I was like, I'm out of here.
Well, if it
I
makes
don't
you
like
feel,
bugs.
if it makes you feel any better, Mimi hate butterflies too.
That's
She hate them with a passion. She got a story behind that. But no, it's
funny.
literally a lot of my conversation. Then reciprocity is huge for me as well too. I don't know where the hell in society where the man has to do everything, and that's the only way a woman becomes interested in a man. Is become the norm right now. No, you got to give as much as I get. You can't ask for something that I can't ask for it back. But at the same time, if I know that you're locked in with me, like we rock, you can have the world. You ain't never got to ask for it, but you got to make me feel like I'm not wasting my time too.
Mhm.
So making sure you tell me I love you and you show it to me is just as important as getting whatever the hell you asking for out of me as well too. And the minute I feel like it's not being felt that way, I'm a Sagittarius. I'll shut that shit down and be done ASAP. I can literally be madly in love with somebody and somebody can say something and just like, I don't even know who the hell you are. Just that simple.
savage.
Let me ask you something.
Let me answer you something.
So, so what you just said. Most people say that you're not supposed to have expectations. So, do you think you're supposed to have expectations?
Everybody's
of people?
supposed to have expectations.
I believe so as well.
How dare you walk into a situation not knowing what you expect from the situation? That's how you get fucked over. That's how you get used. That's how you get manipulated because you don't expect anything from that person. Therefore, you can't hold that person accountable for anything.
Mhm.
So, when somebody is showing you how they want to be loved by showing you the acts of what they're doing for you, it's okay for them to expect good is going to come, right? Because that is kind of
No.
I'm not done. I'm not done. So let me put it in this terms. If I'm building a relationship with Kendra
Okay.
and
Sexuality is a spectrum.
I fucks with it.
Oh my god.
We are building a relationship, just
Yes.
not what y'all think.
so if I'm building a
I just
relationship with
said
her
sexuality is a spectrum.
and I'm pouring into
Okay,
her
well,
and I'm just
that
pouring
was
into her
random.
because for
Okay.
one, that is me and I'm there, right?
Mhm.
But now it's time for Savannah and she doesn't pour into me. My expectations are pour into her because I have already seen how she can be of value to me. So if I'm pouring into her, I do expect that sometimes she will pour back into me. And if she doesn't, that becomes a problem. But some
Right.
people say you should not expect or you should not do good to others because of that.
want
And I feel
something
like
back.
that's wrong. I feel like that's using.
That
Yeah.
is using.
Misusing.
No,
is what it's
Misusing.
doing.
That's using.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this question: prior to before you started pouring into Kendra, did y'all have the conversation of what the expectations of what this relationship will be? See, if you came into it and y'all had, and this person doesn't know that you're in it for a long term, you're in this situation for a permanent partner.
Oh, she's mine. She ain't going nowhere.
Again, love is.
We had those conversations.
Listen, I'm sorry because I've been locked in for 2.5 years now.
Oh,
So I ain't
we
going
had
nowhere.
those conversations. We semi think we had those
Yeah.
conversations.
We just look at each other, honey.
Yeah, we just look. We gotta look.
We gotta look.
We had those conversations.
But-
Conversations to be had.
But I'm just saying. So if this individual, in this case, for this scenario, know that you're here for the long term, then yes, you are supposed to have the expectation that you're pouring. But you also have to understand what you're doing for them is being received the same way you're giving it out. We have this whole entire thing about love language right now. That's a new hot ticket.
Yeah.
So if your love language is gift giving, for an example, and you're buying her everything and getting her stuff like that, the way she loves you back may not be gift getting. So you may be expecting for this individual to buy gifts the same way you're receiving gifts, but she may be doing stuff for you. She may be complimenting you, giving you the words that you need, the encouragement, things
Word
like
of
that. They're
affirmation.
still loving you. They're still
Yes.
reciprocating
Yeah, acts of
everything
in a
to
different
you,
way.
but
Yeah,
it's
acts of
in a different
service.
way. But you also have to have an understanding that what she is doing for you in this scenario is her version
Of what
of
you
what you're doing to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're
Yes.
not communicating that,
Yes.
if you're not communicating that, then they will never know. That's
Right.
not a new thing either. The Five Languages of Love. by
It's
Gary
not
Chapman
new,
is
but
It's just people are just
it's
now.
just now
something
people
that
learning.
everybody
realize
should
that.
be reading.
Yeah.
The thing about it is people are now
People follow
getting-
trends.
Yeah, exactly. So they're now starting to put labels on everything, and they're starting to try to find reasons to justify natural human behaviors instead of creating these scenarios themselves. So that's why we have things like people basing who they're gonna date off their zodiac sign and stuff like that.
Which is so another topic.
And-
That's so much of another.
We're not
topic.
gonna get that deep in that.
Okay,
So-
next
No,
question.
that's another
That's another
conversation.
question.
we
Yeah,
pod now.
conversation.
Let's go.
But no, I
you
do
know
got a
what?
question. I do got a question for Tone. So
What up?
it is known that you are single, right?
I'm
See,
free.
as he get big.
Okay.
I'm free, he said.
So-
Free
So-
as a bird.
So would you? Would
Y'all
you,
gonna
if
say.
the opportunity presented itself, would you be willing to date a woman who is actually interested in like really pursuing marriage and things like that with you?
Most definitely. It's never not off the table for me.
What if she's a podcaster?
Aw, that's nice.
As long as she's not on my network.
She can't be on the network.
Quit playing with us, Tom.
Okay.
Not making it easy for him, man.
No,
I'm
it's
messing
cool.
with him.
Because
No,
I
it's
feel like
cool.
even if it was somebody on your network and you just God bless you with that person, it's undeniable. You can't tell them no.
I won't tell them no, but it will make things complicated. We do have to get an understanding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That's all I
Yeah.
wanted
That's
to know.
all. We would have to
Or
get
boundaries?
Or boundaries have to be.
Okay.
boundaries.
Now, if it's somebody I record and they pay me every time, they may have to go work with Tommy. But
That makes sense.
I
Making sure you align it perfectly so
At the
there's
end
no
of the day-
conflict of interest.
exactly at the end of the day,
Okay.
as an individual who has worked in multiple different businesses, I gotta run it past HR.
Gotta run it past HR. Gotta run it past HR.
Well, tell us what are you planning right now for the future of TDR? What are you planning?
All right. Okay, I'm never a nigga who hides anything, so I don't give a fuck. You could try to do it first. You still won't do it better than me.
There we go.
But,
Let's go, Tone. Let's go, Tone Def. Let's go.
So I don't know if a lot of y'all knew. Last year I launched the Pod Station. So basically, it's a radio station. It's an internet radio station because I always got to go back to my roots no matter what. That's 100% podcast
dope.
first. It's podcast first, music second. So basically, that means when you tune in, your typical talk radios that you've grown accustomed to growing up, your 860s, your 103s, whatever that has these talk shows, instead of them being talk shows, it's podcasts. Whether you're on my network or a sister network or a partnership with somebody else, you will always be able to listen to some podcasts. And of course, not every podcast are the same length. So because I like to put everything in 2-hour blocks, if your show ends at, let's say, 1:39, from 1:39 to 2, music plays instead. So it's podcast first, music second. I had to put that on pause for a minute.
Okay.
I think big, but sometimes I'm not prepared for when I
When you
think
take
big
off?
and it be bigger than I expect.
Mm.
So it was a lot, and I mean a fucking lot of moving parts in the beginning, and I didn't have a proper team to run it like I needed to. So if all goes well, it will be back up and running come June.
Okay.
With me having a smaller regular recording staff now, I can easily shift a lot of more of my time over to getting that reestablished. And then I'll have probably a team of 2 or 3 that will be running it consistently.
Okay.
So that'll be back up.
love
Second
that.
thing, I got to bring the kickback back. TDR used to do kickbacks all the time. Anybody that's been on TDR for years will tell you the one thing about our kickbacks, our fucking kickbacks was legendary.
Is legendary.
It was.
Are legendary.
It's on a hiatus, but it's
Yeah,
still
it was
what
legendary.
Yeah.
It was so bad that we literally got kicked out of the building we used to record
Dang.
at.
Wow.
It was lit.
Right. Get kicked out.
Because we may or may not have fucked up a bathroom.
Oh,
That's a whole nother conversation.
that was not a confession.
That's what we may or may not. I wasn't there when the sink fell off the wall, so I don't know who did it,
Damn.
so I
Oh,
can't
wow.
prove it. But but we did do more of a professional.
imagine.
We did more of a professional kickback game night last year. It went pretty okay. But I also was up against West Milwaukee summers. So
we got a lot going on.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. So now I'm gonna revamp it, and we're definitely doing that. But this time, I think I might throw a musical concert first. I think we might do a full blown musical event first, and then a kickback.
Let's go, Judge Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go for the music.
I'm here. Whatever you need, bro.
I'm definitely partnering with a few people in regards to that one. We gonna have a lot of local talent that's dope. And thing about it is I'm not only just R&B and rap when it comes to people I like to work with. You may get a little rock, you may get some alternative,
some country.
You may get country, you may get a
little bit of jazz.
You may get a white woman with a banjo. I don't care.
Jazz.
Like when I do stuff, I do it. I do it big, I do it special, I do it unique. My goal this year is to get that white money because they love giving it away, and I want all parts of it in one shape or form. And then I want to spend it on all Black people. I'm overdue for a pop-up shop, but I don't think I'm gonna do a pop-up shop this year. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get behind this engine called Coach My Growth, and we finna force her to do this shit major this year. Because if you missed the last one, you fucked up. Because that shit was big. That shit was so big. Sherman Phoenix was mad at me, dog. Like you don't understand. They was mad at me for a good 2 months.
I believe.
But I took that L because I knew
23 vendors in the building.
Yeah, I took that L.
It's just the minister.
Yeah, I took that L proudly because what she did was so major that even though I took an L, it was definitely a W for her and her team. So I was cool with that, with no questions asked. But you too big for Sherman Phoenix. You can't do it.
I
here
can't
no
do
more.
it here no more. I realized that. I realized that day. I'm like, oh man, we gotta go bigger.
You gotta go big.
That's crazy.
That's dope.
That's amazing, though.
Thank God.
We gotta hit. We gotta hit King Pavilion.
Ooh, let's go then.
Let's kill two birds with one stone.
Let's do it.
You can kill two birds with one stone. You can do Coach My Growth in like the 2 side rooms, and then we can have a whole podcast festival going in the middle.
Oh, yo.
We do a whole podcast festival in the middle.
I'm with it.
That. That's cool.
Oh, of course.
Nigga, that's what Coach My Growth is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just vendors. It's teaching vendors how to properly vend.
Yep.
And it was going down.
I'll be a coach this year.
Fun. I love that. I appreciate you volunteering because I'm gonna need you.
I know you are. So I'm gonna need you. You heard it here live on Minding Your Own.
Minding Your Own. You heard it here.
Tone is gonna teach y'all how to do shit the right way.
Yes, people do want to know. They want to know how to pod. They want to know how to get into it. They want to know.
Ain't even just that, fam. It's just overall. I teach you how to do anything.
Yeah.
Just so y'all know, Tone and Kendra are both in business management, so they know what the fuck they talking about. Just putting that out there.
Oh, and so do these. Y'all do too.
Don't play.
Greens behind their name.
Like, I'm very impressed with everybody on this team.
I can do
the thing about it is I'm more than just business management. I'm a teacher. I'm an accountant.
Mentor.
I'm a mentor. I'm something like a therapist.
A lover, a fighter.
A lover and a fighter. And a drug dealer.
Street pharmacist.
They can't prove that yet.
Pharmacist.
We play all day, y'all.
That's what we do. So get ready.
They can't prove that yet.
All right, I got another question. So, Tone, with you being somewhat of an empath and a therapist,
I'm definitely a fucking empath.
Who do you vent to? What is your
right?
That's a
good
question.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
Let's go, Tom.
You want to hear something funny? 90% of my depression comes from the fact that I don't decompress.
Oh,
okay.
You gotta let it out,
no,
sir.
And it is. I definitely 90%.
Happy endings.
Oh my Lord Jesus.
90%.
Judge.
No, he right though. You like can't even lie like that.
Of course I'm right.
And especially because
I mean, you always right.
Don't get him a whooping, not just yet. That's behind the scenes.
No, but I'm right about a lot of
no,
things. Judge Rogers.
No, you cool.
So sorry,
no, you cool. Y'all, believe it or not, y'all are quite mild compared to what I've dealt with plenty times before.
We are mild.
Very mild compared to.
We mild sauce.
We need to get
Mild
sauce.
back.
Mild
I don't want to
sauce.
be mild sauce anymore.
Just turn it up.
I They don't like that.
Exactly.
Do we got to get spicy up in this month?
Right.
Nah,
Extra spicy. Extra spicy.
to
Jalapeno pepper.
keep it a
Put your
buck.
paws on me. Let's go.
Keep it a buck. I really don't have anybody I can directly pick up the phone. Now, let me rephrase that. I don't have anybody I purposely go to decompress with. I do have people that if it really came to push and shove, I could pick up the phone, we can talk, it'd be no issues whatsoever. I definitely got friends who've been rocking with me since I was a wee bitty itty bitty. So they know how I move and groove. I got people who check on me all the time. Matter of fact, my friend Solar just literally hit me up earlier to check on me just to see how I was. I'm keeping it a buck. Y'all check on me.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, we do.
Just hold you accountable.
Y'all check on me. So I have it. It's just
Call you at
that
7 a.m.
But you
I'm not gonna answer.
You don't-
I'm not gonna fucking answer. I am not.
Keep you on
gonna
the phone
answer.
all day.
Savannah, you said you're not gonna answer
She
no
know.
phone at 7 a.m.
She already know I don't answer at 7 o'clock.
You
in the
gonna
morning.
answer.
I'm not gonna answer.
It's okay.
I'm
We'll
still
get you
asleep.
next time.
I'm still gonna sleep. Hey, I wear my watch in bed at night just so I can roll over and tap that red button. I hang
Are
up
you
in a heartbeat.
serious?
I'm not a person until
My
8
feelings
o'clock.
are hurt.
I'm not a potato.
Don't
It's
worry.
okay.
I do it to everybody.
It's okay.
I do
I'm not
it. I do it to my mama too. He's like, hold on, I'm not ready to talk to you right now. I'm not in that person. I'm not in that space. No, a lot of times it just comes from the fact that sometimes I be like, you going through shit. You don't need my shit too.
But what about them dumping your stuff on you? Don't you gotta release?
I do. But a lot of times I allow people to proverbially dump on me because that dump, you talking to me could been the step that could have been the one difference maker from you talking to me and you never being able to talk to anybody ever again. And that's just something. I've lost a lot of friends to random suicide, and only to come to find out they never had anybody to talk to, or they never felt like they had anybody they can reach out to. So that's one of my real driving factors why I'm so quick to ask everybody about how they doing or how they checking out. I got a list of people that I check on daily, every day. Some people I specifically make sure they get that one little inch of motivation every day because the last time me and you talked, you damn near scorched the earth. So I can't have you doing that. I got homeboys who I got to be like, yo, you good, fam? Do you need like, hey, let's go do A, B, C, D, because that could be the difference between you and knocking somebody's head between the washer and dryer. And, you know what I'm saying? No, you laughing, but it'd be dead ass. It'd be dead ass.
It's the truth. That's why I'm just like, baby.
Even sometimes I got people who
Punch your bag. We need to go to the gym.
they sometimes it be people that just they dealing with somebody and they need to help understanding why this person could be the way they are. Because sometimes just talking to me and be like, yo, when was the last time you did A, B, C, D? Well, that he should know, but no, he doesn't. He should not know. You need to let him know, and don't let him know in the moment of anger. Let him know when y'all two are in a calm state so he can hear you and not be defensive. Like I've saved whole marriages. Y'all
All right, Tyrese.
You don't understand.
Right.
No, dead ass. You don't understand. I have homegirls who we have sat at work and had 3-4 hour conversations only for her to go home and be like, look, nigga, you was almost divorced.
All right,
Damn.
right there.
and
Right there.
and-
Someone will call you somebody's work husband.
mm-mm. I don't put,
Turn around, give me the drink.
You about
No.
to start some fights.
You don't see that?
Nope. You want to know what?
You don't
wanna
see
know
that
what?
as being like some type of what do they call that?
They do call them work
Emotionally cheating?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's not
Emotional
emotionally
cheating.
cheating.
You want to know? You want to know
Somebody
why?
been
You want to
saying
know
that
why that wouldn't be the case? Because I'm not doing it to build a connection with you. I'm doing it to make sure you don't fuck up the connection you currently have. I know how to set. I know how to set. I know how to set a boundary where conversations can be had, but misunderstanding cannot.
With you being so selfless, how do you create those boundaries, not only with other people, but within yourself, to knowing how much of yourself to give to someone? That's a 2-part question, so answer them both.
Okay.
Oh.
So
I like it. That's good.
knowing how to set boundaries is knowing what intentions or what could come from the results of it. Let's back up. You know how you said I got a lot of beautiful women on the staff, right? Okay. I do. And if you know me well enough, if I'm cool with you, I will compliment you simply because compliments should be given no matter what. You don't have to have intentions behind them, but you can compliment somebody. But I also make sure that you don't get this mistaken that I'm not shooting my shot at you, but if you look good, you look good in the story.
Say
Then
that one more time for the people in the back.
You look good.
Say
You
a
look
little
good.
louder.
you look good, you
for
look
people in
good
the back.
in the story. And it don't have to be anything further beyond that. I can tell that. But sometimes you end up getting in situations where individuals are not used to hearing that. So now that you giving these compliments and you made them see themselves in a light that they're not either familiar with doing or haven't heard in so long, sometimes you have to be like, hold on, we cool, we friends. That's not where we going with this. You look good. I'm sorry that you don't hear it enough, but that's not where this is going. That way we can still be friends and you can understand that you got somebody who's cool with you. At the same time, when it comes to me, my boundaries solely are based upon three things. One, don't fuck with my money, and don't fuck with me and my time with my kids. If you can honor those two particular situations, anything else we can rock with, I'm cool with. Because when I say I'm with my daughters, all shit stops. Okay, because I don't play about my girls. I will burn the earth and Mars. Okay, twice.
Twice.
No,
He said twice.
But those are really my only two major boundaries. Anything else we can talk about. Anything else we can have that conversation about. Anything else we can rectify
Thank you.
before it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
We need to make sure you get a case by Friday. By tomorrow.
I'm damn near about to give her the case off my phone now. Like fuck
So
it, I'll
I
make
wanna-
it work. I'll figure something
I
out.
want to give a shout out to Anita. Anita.
Hey,
Hey,
Anita.
I can't see what that
She
says.
said, just because you feel like you're not a work husband doesn't mean that she doesn't feel like that.
She can feel like that all she wants, but
Oh yeah, that's right.
but that wall will be put in place that it's not going to be any of that extra that goes along with it. You can talk to me all you want to, you can vent to me all you want to, but every conversation we will have will be in a platonic manner. Okay, I'm never going to tell you anything that would get me into a better place with you. I'll tell you what you need to hear in that moment, the way you need to hear it. So if I'm telling you that this nigga is not good for you and here's the reasons why, you will have a clear blueprint to make your own mind up. I'm never going to push you into making a decision that you are not prepared for.
Mm.
Women are emotional creatures.
Yeah, Anita said women are emotional creatures.
We are.
Y'all are niggas. You know what? Let's stop right there. Humans are emotional creatures because as much as we want to
True.
sit here and say women are emotional and men are the biggest fucking babies on this goddamn planet. Okay. All right. We are emotional as hell. We can have our moments. We throw hissy fits. We stomp our feet. We pout. The whole 9 yards.
Don't let y'all get sick.
Hell,
Oh my
we're not even gonna talk about that. We can go to the internet right now. There's a whole entire hissy fit going on with this soft guy era shit, which is basically just emotional men throwing the fit.
drizzle.
What I'm saying, just emotional men throwing the fit. So we just as emotional as y'all are. We just worse.
Y'all just different with it.
Y'all,
As a single man with about 5 streams of income with a 3-bedroom house, I need to date a woman with a 6-bedroom house. Drizzle.
Drizzle.
What?
I'm in my soft guy era.
Wait, what?
Jokes.
What? I was about to say what? Who created this
drizzle.
soft era, this soft
Okay,
guy era
so
term? Anyways,
it's only funny because if you're friends with Mimi, she's been having
yes, I am,
All look at
and she
She
funny
been
as
having a
hell.
field. She been having a field day with it. So basically, what happened was a group of guys. We don't even know who these guys are, but a group of guys decided they wanted to flip the script and saying, since women are asking for all these different requirements for men,
and saying sprinkle.
and so what if we turned around and we wanted to be treated the same way?
It
So
said
what
drizzle.
So instead of them basically saying we want reciprocity for what you're asking for in us, they decide to flip it and try to say it putting men in the same scenarios that a lot of women who ask for these types of catering like things to be done.
You know what?
Unfortunately, they came off sassy than a motherfucker. Okay.
But that's the whole concept. Just to show y'all how whimsical this idea is.
To be soft as a woman?
Nobody should want that.
No, not to be soft, but to be
Y'all ain't only being soft. Y'all being feminine.
Boom.
I'm not even.
A couple different things happening.
It's a
Yeah.
conversation that
Let's get
I've
real.
had 3 times already, and all 3 of them were not positive for men in regards to the situation. And as a member of the male delegate, I too had to throw my card in and say, "You niggas is weird." And this is one fight.
Let us women be our soft.
This is one fight where let the women have it, bro. Let the women be soft.
Right.
You can
Please.
be sensitive, but the soft belongs to them, my guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Plain
Thank
and
you.
simple.
Said from a real
I agree.
man.
I was gonna say I think guys are just tired of hiding their emotions and being hard and being expected to be hard. But what they don't get is we don't want them to be.
No.
We want them to talk to us. We want them to get it out.
We want them to be vulnerable. We want them to express themselves.
True.
Yeah.
Well, at least hold on, let me phrase that. At least I do.
Yeah, I do.
I
for
do
sure.
too.
I can't speak for everybody, but sometimes we can attempt. Well, I had that. issue.
She need the mic.
I
You
think
are,
I am-
Jessica, you are very intimidating.
I'm sorry.
You are.
I know.
I
Like,
understand any man that fears you.
but yeah.
Don't
like,
change it.
Right.
But if you knew my story, and I do mean my story,
We
you'll
know.
understand the reason why I'm like this. But I had to learn within the last 2.5 years of being single, like some things that I need to work on myself. But if we allow that man to have that space where they can be vulnerable,
Mm-hmm.
then they will open up shortly but surely. So if we open that platform, let them be. Even if you don't want to hear it, you can still help them.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I don't want a nigga hard all the time. I just don't. I just want to see all phases of you. It's 4 seasons.
If your
And Medea
man is
said
hard
it
for
best.
more than 4
Let me see
hours,
you
please
all
seek
4
professional
seasons.
help.
Because when you get the chance to see that guy in 4 seasons, you know how to deal with your partner
Yeah.
in all 4 seasons. I don't just want to see you in the summer. Can't see you winter, fall, or spring. I don't. I just want to see you in all. Because I'm a person that's going to express themselves.
Yeah.
But if I can do it, I want you to do it. But then don't get mad at me when I be like, hey, I know it's something going on. What is it?
Hey, Jessica, can I ask you a personal
What's
question?
up?
How old are you?
I'm almost 36.
Okay. The reason why I ask that question is a lot of the time, these conversations where men are not feeling as being seen or heard
Mhm.
tends to come from that 20 to 30-year-old generation. And because that particular
20-year-olds
generation is so
too.
adamant and so ingrained in social media, those are the ones that are quicker to express themselves online. So a lot of the rhetoric and conversations that tend to pop up online where we're generalizing everything based on
Right.
are usually people who are not even walking in the same path we're in at that moment in time. And I think that's where the confusion is. So you'll have 30, 40-year-old people.
That's
having-
right.
Anita
40-year-olds
said-
too, Anita. That's what I said.
Anita
Yes.
40-year-olds too.
That's right.
Hold
all
on.
ages.
Hold
Yes,
on.
Anita.
Hold on, Anita. Hold on, I'm getting there. But what I was saying was, but then that turns around and creates people in their 30s and 40s having these debates and conversations about stuff that you should have aged out of. You shouldn't care about whether or not a 22-year-old calls going to Cheesecake Factory sassy. We should be at that point in time that we actually may have a couple of things on the Cheesecake Factory we personally love. So going there is no big deal for us.
It's
That's
definitely
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Take me.
Why I need to say with his unstable ass?
Y'all need to go check out Boulder Junction.
What? Oh.
Boulder Junction.
Girl,
Never
you
been
ain't never been to
there.
Boulder Junction? Oh
Listen,
my God, I love it.
I'm just saying.
But
So
I still
because
like
of
Olive
that-
Garden. Don't fucking play with me.
I'm a
Get
I'm a
out my
pasta
face.
head.
I
I
like my
always
Right.
love Olive Garden.
So,
But and I think that's where the biggest
That's not
issue
that
at.
bread. Stop
And
playing with me.
the thing about it is because our timelines consist majority of the time of people we know and people we've grown up with. We only see the 30s and the 40-year-olds complaining about stuff that should never have even gotten to us.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of things
Yes.
that, like, I'll use prime example. Glorilla can date and be with, even better, Meg Meg can date and be with whoever she wants to, and we as older people shouldn't give a goddamn what she does, because Meg is still in her 20s.
Right.
Okay, and when we were in our 20s, we was definitely fucking up left and right.
Yes.
And telling old people to mind their business. Now we the old people, and
I
we
will
need to
not
mind our
own that.
motherfucking business.
We're not owning that. Who's old over here?
She said, "Who's old?"
I don't know what you're talking
You
about.
can, you can
That's
have
how
that.
you know.
You can have that.
That's how you know. that
There ain't
they
nobody old over here.
She said, "That's how you know that they old."
Hey,
Like,
we
you
look
know.
better than this younger generation out
You
here.
had me till you called me old.
So Tom,
So
what you
serious.
say?
I look way older than I am, and I'm just
Baby,
saying.
as far as we're concerned, everybody on this panel is 25.
Here we go.
25.
Do you
25.
need to explain why a
That's all.
25-year-old has this much white facial hair? Then?
Hereditary.
Nigga,
That's hereditary.
He died at that color. He wants to be popping.
I am 45 and I live in my truth. Okay,
Right.
I am a happy 45. Because when you get to 40, you don't give a fuck
Fuck
about
about
shit.
nothing.
But I've been I ain't 40, but I've been to that point.
You
in my
also
life
a
where I
mama
don't
7. You hit that about 3 kids ago, girl. You stopped giving a fuck.
Big
3
gang.
kids
Big
ago.
city.
Big gang. Gang, gang.
Because I stopped giving a fuck
So-
at 2.
So Tom,
What up, though?
so do you think because of the way a person speak or a person express themselves, do you think it do with how they was raised and
Yes.
the culture that they came from behind? Because I was raised up on a bunch of elderly people. I didn't really deal with my crowd, my age group. I wanted to know what the world mean, what it meant
Okay.
to live in this world.
Mhm.
And then everybody tell me like I got an old soul. I don't care
So
because I know my truth.
let me make sure I heard
Yeah.
you correctly. So are you asking that is the individual environment plays a factor in how they are?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Product of your environment.
50-50. Okay. Here's the reason why I say that. I grew up on 10th and Monarchy. I ran with the hustlers, the dealers, the pimps, and the hoes. But you can have a conversation with me and you would never assume that. I could sit here in front of y'all and say I moved weight across state lines and nobody will believe me.
Can I say point where the trick's at? And you'll know.
Probably.
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 He know pimps and hoes. He got to know the tricks.
Probably. Probably.
Facts.
Probably. I could tell you some of the traits to look for. Okay, let's do that. You gotta do your own homework. But I say that is because based on that information, I should be nowhere near the way I am now. Okay, so my environment can play a factor in who I am, but it plays a factor in how I move. It doesn't play a factor in how I think. Experience is what really makes an individual who they are, because I chose not to stay within that whole entire mentality. I chose that I want to see what the other world was. My grandma told me a long time ago is you can't hate something if you don't know nothing about it.
Exactly.
Okay. And the only way you can know something about it is if you go out there and you experience it. So I can't say I don't like dealing with white folks. I even give you one better. I can't say I will never date a white woman until I actually deal with white women. Okay. Only took one. Only took one. But I just use that as an example because anybody who knows me, they know that whenever a certain crowd of people come around me, I move around quickly. And they may not have any interest in me whatsoever, but because of what I've learned, I behave that way. But yet I can still move in any spaces and place. But I'm from 10th and Monarchy. I should be ignorant. I should be dumb. I should still be wanting to be doing this. I should feel like my only way of ever getting out the hood was selling drugs, playing basketball, or becoming a rapper.
That's a stereotype.
But
What
that's
that
what I'm
say?
getting at, though.
You're like that because if you train up a child, they will not depart from those ways. But life has a way of lifing, and sometimes you'll just make your own decisions.
True, but at
Right,
the
you
same
gotta
time,
wanna make
That's
your
sort of like
decision.
me.
but at the same time, taking consideration if you don't properly train your kids. So I can tell you 1 + 1 is 2, but if I'm not telling you how 1 + 1, 2 can work towards your life, what you just taught me won't stick with me.
Exactly.
There's a lot of parents who will tell their kids don't do A, B, C, D, and you got to go to school, you got to get an education, you got to go to college, but you don't tell them why those things are so important. You don't show them the results of choosing this, choosing that. And then on top of that, when they get old enough to truly understand it, you don't tell them there's also alternatives because not everybody's built for college.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It took me 3 times to realize, fuck this school shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It only took me one.
It took me
But
3
then you
times
came
and
back.
$20,000 later.
Right,
When
I
you was
think-
ready.
right.
But the thing about it was I only went to college because that's what I was told I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's what the school system teaches you to do. They teach you to go to college. They teach you to continue to be a part of this pipeline of education. And then you get on the other end of it. You got your degrees, and depending on the career field you went in, you may not even have a job.
True.
You $100,000 in debt, but you're not even in the job that you went to school from. And then you got to go back to school to get some other stuff just to be able to get a basic job so you can pay the student debt, but yet and still you still were not able to use your degree. Then you come to find out that when you finally get into the career field you are, there's somebody who's 6 years ahead of you in that job who went to tech school for 2 years, got the same job. Or let's not forget about nepotism, where you worked your ass off to get this promotion, but because you the nephew of the CEO, he automatically got that position. Or that internal favoritism.
That shit
Right.
See what I'm saying?
It does. It does.
I know Anita on my ass.
Yeah, Anita. Listen, shout out to Anita.
I fuck with
Shout
her.
out to
I agree
Anita,
with
because
everything I'm
she
saying.
definitely in the comments like
No,
sticking
She is
with us.
definitely-
I fucks
Facts.
with you, Anita. I fucks with you.
no, but it's a little bit, at the end of the day, it's a little bit of A, it's a little bit of B. Your environment will dictate how your platform will be, but it's up to you of how you grow from that foundation. I can have a solid foundation, a 2-parent household, grandma holding us down. This is the big mama house where everybody comes, big family. I talk to everybody. I'm connected with everybody, and grow up and be an adult and become a loner. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with your environment 100%. But what it does teach is you, I know how to move with people. I know how to read the room. I know how to sit back and learn more about you before you even have one word come out your mouth.
Most definitely.
So
That's why he said I'm intimidated.
He read you already.
I've read every single person from the very first time I meet every single person. But what I do is I have an idea of you, but I don't let that be how I decide how I move with you. That's now up to you. Like, I can read Tika and tell how the kind of person she is, but what she conveys to me will determine where our friendship will go. Will it be strictly business? Will we be friends, or is somebody I'll never speak to again? That's up to you to decide that. But I already have my interpretations of where you are and how you are.
Facts.
Yep.
I love it. Anybody else got more questions?
I can ask some more questions.
You be looking.
I know. I got a question for y'all.
Let's go.
I got a question for y'all.
Someone got a question for us.
What is y'all why?
Huh?
What is y'all why?
Just in
when
general.
when you get up every day and you know that you got shit to do, what is your why to do it?
Because if I don't do it, nobody else will.
That's
That's not necessarily true though.
No, it's true. It's definitely true. If I would have just sat back and dreamed about facts by fiction, that's exactly what it would have been.
A dream.
Fiction. And I would have been dreaming at my job. That's daydreaming.
So why did you choose that avenue?
Because I was scared for it to become a nightmare.
Explain.
Not ever had done it and regret not doing it. Is that what you mean?
Sure. I rather fail fast and fail forward and fail often and learn from my mistakes and have my last L be the L and successful, rather than sit back on my ass and just say, what if? I wish I could have, would have, should have. You know what I'm saying? I would be remiss if I didn't.
So let me ask you a question.
I love that.
Let's go, Judge. Let's go.
Let me ask you a question. How long you been doing this?
Doing what, podcasting?
No, you're doing.
I brand for about 2 years, 3 years. 2 years.
At least one point in time during your 2 years, have you ever hit the floor where you'd be like, you know what, this ain't worth it?
Yes.
What made you get up?
Myself.
What about yourself?
Again, saying if I don't do it, nobody else will, man. Somebody got to believe in my dream. Someone has to nurture it. Someone has to pour into it. Otherwise, these roots that I've stapled into the ground that I've built is nothing. It all. Have you ever seen a shriveled up plant? And it's still alive, but it just need water.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, you just said something.
Woo, let's go, Judge. Let's go.
That's my wife.
That's
So
my
let me-
wife. Let's go, Judge.
So let me ask you this question. When the support wasn't initially there, what made you move forward?
Knowing that there is a community out there. It's a 3-3-3 rule. 3 people is gonna like it. Three people is not gonna fuck with it, and one person is not even gonna know you exist, or three people not gonna even know you exist. So if you find your tribe and you find the people that fucks with you and fucks with what you gotta find your tribe in whatever you're doing. Otherwise, no matter what you're doing, you're not gonna succeed. If all of us sold a bottle of water at what, $3, we got all of these $3. That's 369. Damn, you're fine. I don't understand. And if you got the time, then you got the grind.
369.
And if you got the
it.
grind, then we all gonna shine.
Come
Oh, for
on.
sure.
Real talk.
And that's some real shit.
I
you
love Judge. I
All right.
love
you, baby.
Jessica. Now, I kind of already know your why, but I want the world to know your why. Why do you do what you do? And I'm not talking about the babies part. I'm talking about why do you do what you do for you?
Why I do what I do? Because the household I grew up in, we struggled.
Okay.
Like I seen ends meet, didn't meet. I seen ends meet. But to see my mama work the way she worked, I didn't want to be that person.
Okay.
The worst thing somebody can tell me that just light my fire, tell me I can't do something.
Mm-hmm.
And if you tell me I can't, I'm gonna tell you.
Do that one more time for the one time.
I swear.
I love it.
But really it's because of what I seen in my past, and not only what I see in my past, but I see the struggle.
Okay.
The only thing, and this is not knocking y'all three, so don't take this the wrong way. Only thing I dislike about being here in Milwaukee is every woman is in competition
Okay.
instead of trying to empower each other and work together. See, where I came from working together. I came from boosting one another. But for me, my main why is to see is because when I wake up in the morning, I tell myself I'm not gonna be in this same place for long.
Okay.
I gotta grind. If I don't grind, who gonna grind for me? And I allow myself, and I feel like if I wouldn't have done it, and I had this conversation with Judge the other day, that I allow myself to pour into everybody else's dreams and everybody else ambition and whatever else they wanted to do. So I put my dreams and goals on hold, and I allow myself to be behind the curtains, and I allow other people to live the dreams or what I wrote out or the plans that I had for myself. But one thing I got to give her credit for, Savannah, when we was at 1700, she said, I don't care how many people have that same idea. They ain't going to do what you do. They ain't going to say what you say.
They ain't gonna be
and they ain't
like
going to
you.
rock the way you rock.
Yeah.
You got your own brand. You got your own flavor.
All right. Let me ask you a question.
Oh, that's exactly that.
In quotations.
Let
Quotation.
me ask you a question.
What's
You
up?
about to drop a book. It's fucking fire. I already got a copy of it. What is the end goal for your book?
Oh, shit. I mean, shoot. Right now, my biggest end goal is to have it all across the world. And I do mean China, Japan, Europe, Egypt, wherever you are. Part 2 will be dropping. I was going to wait till I get on your thing, but I'm just going to say that now. But my goal is to hopefully that book helps somebody.
Okay.
And when I wrote that book, when I didn't, at that time, I was going, today made a year that I've been divorced.
Okay.
Today made a year, but 2.5 years of me being single. Also today. But writing that book, I was going through some things. And I got my minister license, and then I got my ordination. So it's coming up to a year for that, August 27th. But what did it for me was I had to separate myself. I joke a lot and I do a lot, but I had to separate my natural life from my spiritual life. And that what really created that book. And during that time of me writing that book, I was really going through some things. And I wanted a platform for every young lady, every man to have something that they can relate to. And when I did it, and I'm like, okay, God, you tell me to do this. People ain't going to hear my voice. People ain't going to do this. People ain't going to do that. And then that's when reality kicked in that I was doubting myself.
Okay.
I was down myself.
That's
Thanks to
deep.
this guy right here, I poured into him because he was going through some things. But at the same time, as I poured into him, he poured into me. And I got home. I said, "Fuck it." I post that lunch. I said, "You know what?" Because that it was just that extra push I needed. Nobody knew. My family's like, "You didn't tell us." I said, "Because every time I tell y'all something, I know it's not sincere. Oh, congratulations. Oh, I believe in you." So when God told me to shut my mouth and move in silent, now everybody got to watch me from the back. See, I was back there,
Hey,
but
that's
now I'm in the
cranky.
front. So you got to sit me at the table. So you
Ooh,
got to
that's
pick the
right.
table that I'm at. 'Cause if there ain't
Preaching.
gonna be room for you, baby. Trust me, my table's already full.
Hey,
That's it. That's all.
I need
Go,
you.
That's
Jessica.
it.
I need you. I need you to wrap it up.
And she
I need you to wrap
always
it up.
knew
We got
this.
other people talking. Need you to wrap that up?
I'm done.
That was your spiritual moment.
She always knew this.
Just
She powerful.
She always knew that, and you have to have. And when you have self doubt, you have to acknowledge that your inner me is your enemy. And you got to drop that shit like a bad habit. And she just sometimes we know these things, but we just gotta be reminded of who we are and what
Yeah.
we're doing and where we're going. So that's all she needed.
But
That's
she
all
lit
she
that
needed.
fire, and I can't forget about Kendra. And actually, all of y'all sitting at this table.
Hold on, they about to have their flower in a minute. Hold on. Save all the comments to the end.
It's on you, then.
It's on.
Oh, it's on me?
It's on you.
It's on you, boo.
My
Hold on.
Oh,
Damn it. I
okay.
ain't asked a question yet. Okay, it's my time. Nah, you're a comedian. Contrary to popular belief, it's probably one of the hardest professions to do. It's oversaturated, it's underappreciated, and it's dope. What is your why? Because I truly have seen you grind harder than most of the comedians I know, and I damn near know every last one of them in the city, and then some. Shout out to Kelly Kells.
Shout out Kelly Kells. I love you, boo.
Shout out, Kels. We love you.
So, what is your why? What makes you get up and go to a show where it may be 5 people, it may be 500? What keeps you moving?
Honestly, to be real, comedy saved me.
Okay.
It was a lot of things that played a part in me becoming a comedian. Cause like even just dealing with me being a single mother and being the woman that I am and being a black woman, being bisexual, being a lot of things.
Yeah.
Shout out to sexuality as a spectrum.
It
I love
is. Being who I am as a person. Like I said, comedy saved me. When it always everything that was traumatic in my life always came back to me turning around and laughing at something. Just to remind myself that it ain't that bad. It could get worse, but it ain't that damn bad. You know what I mean?
Not if you can still laugh and smile.
Exactly.
Oh,
So I definitely wanted to make sure that people know that, like, even though you going through something, maybe it might be something that I'm going through too. It might be something that we all can relate to. So it's like, it's not just you. Like, we all deal with shit, and it's a lot of shit. But at the end of the day, like I said before, comedy saved me because there's been a lot of moments in my life where I feel like I couldn't make it, I couldn't do it, I didn't believe in myself, I lost inspiration, I lost motivation, I lost dedication, I lost a lot of things in the process. But it always come back to me believing in I have to bring joy back to the world. I had to always bring that laughter back. You know what I mean? So that's what means the most to me. That's my why. My
Don't
why
get me
is
emotional here.
that's my why. That's my why though. That's my why. That's my why.
Your testimonies is beautiful. Y'all know that.
That's my why.
That's okay. You can smear that makeup.
Man, we ain't got no tissue.
No, we're gonna end this show on the ugly cry. So that's my goal.
An ugly cry.
Oh, y'all
But
testimonies
yeah,
is beautiful.
that's my why. I always
Okay.
felt that like a lot of people lost their sight when it comes to dealing with life, and you had to be able to bring your sight back and your laughter back and your joy back because it's a part of who we are. It's a part of our lifestyle. We got to be able to let it go, release it, let it go, and
You need to let it
just
go.
be happy, bro. Like just let the shit go. And I had to learn that through comedy. I did.
Miss Savannah. Hey, boo.
Such a lady.
Hey.
Such a lady.
I love that name. you
Such
gave
a
me.
lady.
Hold
Love
on,
that
hold
name.
on, wait.
lady.
Thank you. Say it right.
Fucking lady.
You're such a fucking lady.
Thank you, minister.
Now,
Okay, no.
me and you last week we did an interview, so I learned a lot about you and you dealing with this invisible illness. What gets you through? What's your why to keep you moving?
My why is to leave a legacy.
Okay.
I want people to understand that just because you have an autoimmune or you sick or you have a formality or whatever the case may be, it does not stop you. It's ways that you can be successful. You just have to go about it and be in that community to get that support in order to do
Okay.
it. Because our mind can be very tricky to tell us that we can't. But I'm here to let them know, to let all of us, you don't have to have an autoimmune, but you can be successful as the normal people, they call it.
What's the end goal for Lupus Has No Face?
The end goal is to be nationwide. Not only just walks here. We want to have
I'm not
walks.
walking nowhere.
Yes, you are. We will you. We want to have walks nationwide. We want people to know who Lupus Has No Face is, our mission, our value, our goals. Want to be all over.
Okay.
That's the end goal.
I love that.
I love it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna do a commercial for you. I'm gonna put on the all purple bodysuit.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
So I ain't gonna have no head. I'm just gonna have a t-shirt on that
Not
says
the
Lupus Has No Face.
all purple bodysuit.
Tell me that commercial ain't fire.
Yes.
It is.
I appreciate it.
It is. The all purple bodysuit will be popping. I ain't gonna hold you. I'll pay attention to that shit. I'm like, purple bodysuit? Okay.
You know
I
what?
love purple.
We'll do that. We'll put the billboard. We'll throw it over there on 35th and Capitol so everybody see it. Boom.
Boom. Big
Boom.
Boom.
Boom, boom.
Lupus has no face. You said
Boom,
it.
boom.
I
Kenda.
love it.
Kenda.
What's going on, my homie?
The voice.
I'm hot. It's out of here.
The voice.
That wine that kicked in.
You know-
She
You know-
gonna break the hell out of him tonight.
Like, baby, you put the kids to sleep.
Already.
I'm on my way home. 10 minutes.
Let's get a fan in here.
You hot? You not hot?
I'm dead.
We've been doing this for about a year,
Yeah.
and you've been doing some amazing, fucking amazing things with this. You done had guests in here who I've connected with because of you. Hell, shit, I connected with these cats because of you.
Yes.
I don't know. I would have met Tika eventually, but eventually. But no, you definitely you bring people together in a way that not many folks can do.
Yeah.
Even the coach of my girl, because when I tell you, like, dog, that shit was fucking big. Like when you asked me to say, "Hey, Tone, I need a space," I was like, "Cool, I got you." You know, probably maybe 5, 10. You know the average that comes in here, but 25 fucking people.
Deep.
It's deep, bro. We couldn't move around. I'm sitting downstairs still trying to record. They coming down. It's like, bro, what's going on? Like, look, man, I didn't know it was these many people.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
But at the end of the day, outside of Coach My Growth, matter of fact, yeah, let's even start there.
Okay.
Why?
Man, I want people to understand that just because they struggle through something doesn't mean that they can't give other people the game.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just kept hearing that over and over. People kept saying, well, I had to go through it. You got to go through it too. No, the hell I don't. And neither do you. Because if you know something I don't know, and I know something you don't know, and flip that shit around however way you got to flip it, we all can contribute to each other's growth. We all can contribute to each other's elevation. And I just wanted people to really see that it takes a community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got to have that mindset. It's really about how you think and what you really want out of things.
Right.
So that's what Coach My Growth is for me.
Okay.
Literally coaching each other's growth, coaching each other's ability to be accountable for what we want out of life.
Yeah.
And not just self accountability, but community accountability. Nobody wants the community accountability. They barely want the self accountability.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this question. now that you've actually have a realization of what and why you do this,
you get on my nerves.
When is the next one?
what's stopping you from making that next step?
Man,
And don't say money, because you got the gift of gab. You can get somebody to give you money.
I tell you what it is. People be wearing you out. But you know what? It's coming back. It's coming back.
You want to know what mistake you made? It's the same mistake I used to make.
Man,
You don't use your team. You got a team of people behind you. You just got to get the right people in the right places, and I guarantee you, this shit will be smoother than you think.
and that's what I'm working on.
Just like I said, if each of us sold a bottle of water for $3,
good.
what we got?
Damn, you
3,
fine.
6, 9.
Damn, you fine.
This nigga here.
Man, the fact that that's a new logo for us is crazy.
Anita, where the fuck you at, yo?
She probably at
She said, "Woo, that
cheerleader.
next generation 1, 2, or 3. Those
You're
are
right.
day camps.
It's coming back. It's coming back.
Good.
I think, to be honest, I got exhausted.
I know
I got burnt out.
you were doing
It
too
took
much.
so much, and I'm one of them people where I did used to have that mindset of, if you want it done right, you got to do it yourself. And I hated delegating and leaving responsibilities on other people for my own vision, because then if it failed, I felt like I still failed because I delegated it to somebody when I should have took control of the circumstances, or I should have been there.
And here's where you made your mistake,
So,
because I make this mistake too.
That's the thing.
Delegating to somebody else doesn't mean that you're putting responsibility in them. Delegating just means that you're not the one putting foot to pavement.
Mhm.
You can easily follow up with them to make sure they got it done. You can easily check to make sure that things are done. If I have 10 of y'all, okay, and I want to make a huge music concert, I damn sure can't do it all by myself.
Mhm.
So I'm going to use my 10 people. But what my job is going to be is to delegate to one, and that one person's job is to make sure the other 9 know what they're supposed to do. My job is to come back to that one person and check on that person to make sure they checked on this person. And then at that point, with them 9 people, it's their job to take 2 of those people
Mhm.
and make sure that they're responsible for 6 over here, 6 over there, or 3 and 3. Whatever
you know
way.
what?
Math
Because
is
I
math.
definitely could fix that problem Tuesday with one phone call.
And
Boom.
guess what? That was my second event. So I'm
Mhm.
gonna bump my head. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna get on the ground. I'm gonna get right
Exactly.
back the fuck up. So don't get it
Exactly.
twisted.
Right,
Hey,
right,
Hey,
right.
you know, we fall down, but we get up.
And the
Right.
only-
Right?
And the only reason why I've been in your ass about that, because you'll lay down on the ground and realize the ground is cold and it's cool and I'm comfortable right here.
It's nice.
We can't.
She said it's
we
nice.
can't be comfortable no more.
I ain't dealing with this.
We got shit to do. We got
Scorpio gang. all
They
day.
Scorpio
Big
gang,
flex.
bro. Don't disrespect them, bro. Don't bring them. They don't belong over here, bro. Keep them over there.
Keep 'em over there.
Sag life all day over here, baby. So
Me and you on the same.
Yeah, you already know.
keep that over there.
But you know what? I appreciate that. I appreciate you saying that. But yes, right now I'm just.
Because I'm gonna stay in your
I
ass.
got. I
until
know
do
you
it.
is.
Okay, I just want you to know that we got time today.
We got
And
time
you know,
today.
I gotta worry about you and her too, cause she be on me too. But you know what? I appreciate that. That tells me a lot about y'all. That y'all love me for real. Y'all care about me for real. Y'all see something in me. Y'all believe in the vision, and that's why we all here now. Like, and I know that. Like, I know
I
that.
thought we was all here because it was my day.
That part too.
I thought it was sorry because my dad.
Well, that
That
too.
too. That part, yes, absolutely.
Let's not forget the real reason.
We know.
The
We
real
know.
reason.
But you flipped it on us for a little bit, so
I
now it's
know.
about us.
I wouldn't be me if I didn't.
True.
Okay.
All facts.
But shit, it's 10 o'clock.
Right. I was
Parents,
can
do you
take
know
us
where
out?
your children are?
You know-
Man!
Hey, y'all want to hear something funny? I really don't know where my kids is. They be bouncing between family members' houses that I won't know where they are until I call.
That is fun.
And it's not that I don't know it. Like they only go to 3 places, so it's not like I don't know.
But you don't know.
I just
Yeah.
don't know. I just don't know. It won't be until
That's
walk
crazy because I made a
out.
joke about that not too long ago.
I just
about that
want to say,
commercial.
Anita, You part of the squad.
Right. We love you, Anita.
You part of the squad. Anita, I'm just looking at what you're saying to me and everybody here.
Yes.
And man, I loved you from the first day I met you. I just want you to know that.
You know what? That's
She's
how,
so dope, man.
That's how I am. That's how I am with Aziza, the one y'all met on Saturday.
Yeah.
Same way.
Yeah.
She stay in my ass.
Oh, that's so beautiful though. Like the connections.
And you gotta keep them.
That's another thing that just keep me going. I
Yeah.
love the impact that I can put on people and that they put on me. I love that interaction, that engagement that it takes. You take that with you for a lifetime.
You definitely do.
Yeah.
It's good people
Well,
out here in the world. It
yes.
really is. It's hard to
Yeah.
find them, but
Yes.
it's
No,
some
it's
good
not.
people.
It's not hard to find them.
You got to be moving the right way.
You want to know what the problem is?
It can be.
We are
but
all naturally guarded because there's so many users and fuck people in the world
Facts.
that we won't show our true selves
Facts.
because we can't trust those around us.
Yeah.
But once energy matches up, where healthy energy is received, then we open up like butterflies, and good people will automatically gravitate to you.
I love
butterflies.
butterflies.
You done said that twice already.
I
Just
think
so
that's
y'all know.
another why, because like how we find togetherness within our community.
Mhm.
When we were by ourselves, I don't know, I could speak for myself, but I didn't have this much community within myself, you know,
Yeah.
Support is
self-worth.
everything.
It is.
You know.
It's a big
It
part.
is.
So like if you're lonely, you'll die sooner.
Mm.
This is actually a true statement.
Yeah.
Of course it is. I'm Judge Rogers.
Oh my god!
Of course it is. I'm Judge Roger.
Judge, you funny.
No,
This-
it's true.
It is true. I believe you. You know you gotta add that in there.
Look, the point
Nigga.
is you need people if you're gonna live life. If you're gonna be nurtured correctly, you gotta be around the right gardeners.
That's true.
Yeah.
I agree.
Human beings were never created to be alone. That's why even when Adam was by himself, God
God
created
created
Eve.
Eve.
You're never meant to be alone.
Yeah.
We just don't function well. That's why
Anita, you need to put your guards down. Put your team to work too, because she be overly doing it. Eat some of those words.
We love you.
we're gonna kidnap
We're
Anita.
gonna keep it real with you.
That's funny.
But
but
with
yes.
that being said, we have come to the end of your episode.
We have definitely come to the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Mind of My Own Podcast. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Mr. Tonedef, you the man. You that man.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. We gonna sign out for the night. Have a good night.
Good night, y'all.